Hello folks and welcome to Bards and Books. I am Usman and today I'm doing for you a review on the First Law Trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. Right off the bat, I'm going to try my best not to make this one giant gush fest because it would be really easy and I really love these books. I mean, it's safe to say this series is pretty much my favorite series of all time as of right now. And it's hard to really break these books down and kind of judge them separately because they are all just up on the same tier right next to each other. I mean, I enjoyed them all immensely. I gave them all 5 stars. It's really just one giant story, broken up into 3 parts. And honestly, if you are in a slump, this is the perfect slump buster of a series for you folks. If you haven't read it, if you thought about getting into it, if you find yourself in a slump and you haven't read it yet, pick it up. It's absolutely worth it. So let's start with what Abercrombie is well known for, and that is his character work. And I 100% agree. His character work here is phenomenal. Me being mainly a character-driven reader, it delivers. It delivers well, and that's a huge reason why this is now my favorite series of all time. So absolutely, the characters are all distinct. They all have very realistic and unique motivations. They're all fleshed out very well, these characters, and there's an array of them. We follow a lot. So for him to be able to do that with every single one is quite impressive. So not only that, these characters have such a rich history. I mean, all of them. That's part of what makes you so invested in every single one of these characters. They have such a rich history. You get pieces of information here and there, little snippets, and it just builds your intrigue like crazy. And that's part of what just keeps you turning the pages nonstop. I mean, that and the world, the characters, it's all fleshed out through the plot. So as the plot progresses, that's when we learn about characters and world. It's all kind of intermingled here, and it's blended very nicely. No tedious exposition, no info dumps, and you will be invested in every single character. I would have loved a separate book. I don't even know if this exists, but I would love a book just diving into the lore of this world, kind of like a history book of this universe, Abercrombie's universe here. It's that fascinating. It's that cool. I mean, we discuss like hell a lot and demons, and that kind of ties into the magic, which I'll touch on in a bit, but just very cool elements here. A lot of cool concepts, and something that, yeah, I would love to explore a whole ton more of. So as for the magic system here, it's what I guess would be defined as a soft magic system. I mean, it's very complex. There's many different kinds of magic, but we don't get into the logistics of it. And there's a lot of magic that's used for bad stuff. I mean, like evil magic, I guess you could say. Again, this series, is filled with just interesting quotes from each part of the books. So I'll read you one quote here, and I think that'll give you a perfect idea of what to expect here. This quote is by Joseph Brodsky. So it goes, "Life, the way it really is not a battle between good and bad, but between bad and worse." So yes, very grim, but in a lot of ways that's life, and I think that encapsulates the tone and the essence of this story very well. Now, that's not to say there are no hopeful moments, no persevering moments. Absolutely, we have that here. So it's not all grim and gloomy. The plot here travels at a very even flow, very steady flow. There is no contrivance, no plot armor, no inconsistencies of any kind that I could find. So, thankfully you have that. I mean, we read a lot of books where we may not necessarily find plot armor or inconsistencies, but, we'll sometimes question motivation. We'll say, was that really necessary? Oh, did this really need to happen? So there's none of that here. The story is constantly filled with twists and turns, and all very unexpected. I mean, I didn't see any of them coming. So, it'll keep you turning the pages, like I said. But I think the most important thing to note here for people who haven't read the series yet and are kind of interested is this is a series all about the journey before the destination, or the journey above the destination. So if you're somebody who is plot is very important to you, and you always need things progressing, and you know you need these big wonderful payoffs and whatnot, you won't necessarily find that here. Now, that's not to say the ending of the books is lackluster in any way. I mean, I absolutely loved them, and it made me want to jump into the next books right away. But there's no like avalanche ending, you know, that's full of action or what have you. Like I said, the pacing is just perfect all throughout. And I guess that'll bring me to some of my favorite aspects of this story, which is the pacing and the prose. Now, the pacing, like I've mentioned so much already, is just steady and even throughout. You know, it doesn't meander at any time. There's no avalanche at the end, like I mentioned. The prose is just the perfect blend of accessible and eloquent, you know, very easy to read, very easy to get through, but also just filled with those moments of reflection and deeper meanings and metaphors and double entendres and just stuff to really help you appreciate this work. Now, each chapter here has its own themes, its own moments for reflection on certain topics. It's very masterful work. I mean, that has a lot to do with the characters and how unique the characters are. And like I said, you will be invested in every single one. I mean, my favorite character is Glokta. I think he has the most unique circumstances. So he is my favorite, but like I said, as soon as we jump to Logan Ninefingers or Jazal or even Pharaoh or anyone else, I was fully invested. I was so excited. Say one thing for Abercrombie. Say that he knows how to tell a story. So that's pretty much my review for the First Law trilogy. I can't harp on it enough. It's definitely one of my favorite series of all time as of now. And Abercrombie is up there for maybe even my favorite author of all time. Please check it out. It's worth your time. It's very good work. But that's it for my review. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. If you like the video, you can like it and subscribe to the channel. There will be more reviews coming, more bookish content. I will definitely be getting some more videos in regards to music and metal out as well, so look forward to that. And until next time, thank you so much, and I will see you later.